station to the bus. Anybody that wants to, you know, in the house here, the buses lines down, just down there, the next street. It's a good location.
Yeah, it is. Nicest street, one of the nicest street.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you enjoy your piano?
Oh, yeah.
Now that it's fixed? Are you enjoying the piano now that it's fixed?
Oh, I'm pretty good, pretty good. I try, I sit once in a while, if I feel like I sit down and try to play the scales, think how many scales, you know. I remember quite a few. And we used to have to practice when I went to boarding school, and there was one music room, and we had an hour a day practice. And there was one sister that used to, well, they had the hardwood floors and they kept them shining, you know. And there was one that's big, great big sister, you know, and I remember she had real pretty blue eyes. And I remember, she'd say, Mary, it's time for you to practice now. And yes, we'd always, you know, yes, no, yes, no, yes. I'd go in and practice, and I'd be practicing. Well, Mary, you forgot the sharp in there. There's an F sharp in that. You know that. You know that.
Is that where you learned to play?
Yeah, yeah. And then we had the rehearsals once a year where we dressed up, and the nuns always sat in chairs in front of the stage, you know. There was one boy, I played the piano for him, and he played the violin. And we sat down and started to play. And I started to play. And about 2 notes. And I looked at him, and he stood there, and he said, and I thought, well, what? And I said, oh. Well, we used to have practice every morning.
Well, you learned to play well enough to give lessons.
Yeah. And maybe be studying or a classroom. And Mary, go downstairs and practice for 1 hour. And I go down and sit there and open my book.
Who taught her to play piano? Ask her.
Nuns.
The nuns taught you to play piano?
Yeah.
In boarding school.
Yeah. My father went over there. He had to pay, you know. No one went to pay stuff. When my mother died, my brother and I were in bed, and my father came in, and he said, my brother and I said, your mother's dying, I'm gonna go get the priest. And he went, we didn't have a horse, we didn't have a car, a horse. He said, so he went, got the horse, saddled, and then there we were.
Grandma!
Then somebody said, you know, a good idea to put Mary in the boarding school. And my brother was 2 years older, and he could speak Spanish and English fluently. And the school there, the teacher she could speak both English and Spanish. So that's why he put me in the boarding school. But I was really scared.
Grandma!
Yeah.
If you want to tell the boys something that I can save forever, what would you say to my kids?
Yeah.
No, the boys.
Yeah.
Any advice for my boys?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
She wants to know if there's anything if you could say something to the boys, to Joshua and Caleb, what would that be? If you had something to say to the two boys, what would you tell them?
To the boys, say something to the boys.
What would you tell them?
The boys were in the same class.
Oh.
They were in the same class.
No, Caleb and Joshua, Lisa's boys, tell her.
If you had something to say to Joshua and Caleb, what would you tell them?
Oh. Well, gosh, I don't know.
Any advice?
Yeah.
Words of wisdom?
Any advice or words of wisdom for the two boys?
The two boys?
Uh-huh.
This isn't here. I don't think so.
I'd have to probably maybe
Think about it.
Write it down.
Write it down.
Yeah.
Grandma, well, if you could talk to the camera, what would you say? Say that to her.
If you could talk to the camera, what would you say? If you could talk to the camera,
Oh.
what would you say?
Gosh, I don't know.
That's all right.
Say anything that comes to your mind.
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, that's okay.
And one time, the priest used to come into the classroom, and some of them, they didn't have any